Losing weight primarily from your body fat is going to take a long time. Attempting to lose it quickly is usually going to involve some type of drastic overhaul of your lifestyle, which tends to be unsustainable. Unfortunately, there's many programs and products out there that promote this kind of drastic approach and claim to provide incredible results in 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, or even less. These claims can warp a lot of people's expectations of what healthy weight loss truly looks like for most people. The testimonials and raving reviews that you see may be examples of survivorship bias. You will only see the small percentage of people who've gotten impressive results fast. You don't see the larger percentage of people who've gotten the slower, gradual, and more average results. You also don't see the enormous percentage of people who don't get any results at all. There may have even been people who've gotten worse from the program or product. You don't see any of that. You also don't see how these people are doing after they've given that testimonial or review. Did they keep their results long term, or did they actually regain all of their weight again over the next couple of months? What we see in fitness and health marketing is not reflective of the truth for most people. Progress usually happens at a much slower pace, and that's perfectly normal and okay. So why is the weight loss process so slow? It's because a pound of body fat contains roughly 3,500 calories. It's not exact, but it's a useful rule of thumb. This means that you may lose about a pound of body fat in a day if you didn't eat anything at all. If you think about it, that's the quickest way for anyone to lose weight, to not eat anything at all. Although I have to say that you'd probably see a larger amount of weight loss on the scale, more than 1 pound, due to the loss of body water and loss of lean body mass. Obviously, this approach is not a sustainable long-term method of losing weight in a safe and healthy way. You're basically starving yourself. And that's what juice fasts and detoxes also do. They eliminate a substantial amount of calories from your diet, which is why people can report dramatic weight loss results after drinking only juice for a week straight. Even then, the body fat loss from these drastic interventions may only be about 50% or less of their total weight loss, with the majority of the weight loss being from the loss of body water and the loss of lean body mass. That means if you lost 7 pounds in a week-long juice fast, it's probable that less than 3 pounds of that came from body fat. As you can see, losing body fat can be pretty slow even for the most drastic weight loss approaches. Now let's take a more reasonable approach. Eating 500 less calories per day than you would usually eat, and in the week, you'd be in a total calorie deficit of 3,500. That's about enough calories to burn through 1 pound of body fat, and ideally, you'd see some sort of weight loss on the scale once the week is over. It may not exactly be 1 pound, it can be more or less due to a variety of factors. However, in an ideal situation with this approach, you'd see about 4 to 5 pounds of weight loss per month. That might not be what you want to hear. It might seem pretty slow, however, that is a realistic rate of weight loss that's healthy. It's a lot less than losing 10 pounds in 2 weeks or 30 pounds in 1 month or whatever ridiculous claims some products out there are advertising. Sure, some people may lose that amount, but it's probably not happening for most people. Eating at a calorie deficit of 500 per day is pretty reasonable and safe, but even this kind of moderate approach is hard for many people to follow on a consistent and regular basis. That's because many people may not be tracking their calorie intake accurately, or they may not be tracking consistently. They may forget to track their meals on the weekends, or they can forget to track their snacks, or they might forget to track their alcoholic drinks. They may also be randomly guessing the calorie content of what they're eating. These types of errors will add up throughout the week and potentially wipe out your entire calorie deficit and maybe even push you into a calorie surplus. Unfortunately, inaccurate calorie tracking, inaccurate calorie estimations, inaccurate perception of how much you actually ate is probably the biggest reason why weight loss progress is slower than it already is. On top of that, random and inconsistent body measurements can also make the progress seem slower. If you weigh yourself randomly and inconsistently, then there may be the unlucky chance you weigh yourself at times when your body is heavier. It might be when your body is holding on to more water, or on a day when you've had several big meals, or you may measure yourself after a workout where you drank a lot of water. If you've got random, inconsistent, and messy data, then your progress is probably going to seem slower than it actually is. Another thing that will slow down progress is inconsistent workouts. Just like how many people can underestimate the amount of calories that they eat, they can also overestimate the amount of workouts that they do. They may not log their workouts and therefore won't know how often they're actually going to the gym. Or they may have planned to work out on Mondays and Thursdays, but then make a last minute decision to skip the workout. And then they underestimate the amount of times that they actually did this. For example, let's say that you had a plan to work out twice a week. That's 8 to 9 workouts per month. If you skip the workout here and there, you'd mostly get in about 4 to 5 workouts for the month. That's about 50% of your workouts missed. That's a massive amount. Skipped workouts are going to add up over time in a very big way. Being inconsistent with workouts is very common, and if combined with inconsistent nutrition and random body measurements, it's absolutely clear why people struggle with seeing any weight loss progress at all. So what can you do about this? Number one is to have reasonable expectations. Aim for a 1 pound weight loss per week by reducing your daily calorie intake by 500. That's a safe, healthy, and realistic strategy that you can start with. Keep some type of log or journal to track the days when you actually meet this calorie target and to also track the days when you don't. Otherwise, you're going to be flying blind, which is going to leave you confused and frustrated. Number two is to get your portion sizes correct. Measure them out and have a good idea of how much a serving size of your food looks like. Be as accurate with your portion sizes and calories as possible. If you can, measure out everything you consume for a couple of weeks straight so that you can ensure that you're actually eating less calories. I know that may be very difficult for most people, so do your best to come up with some measurement system or do your best to plan out your meals in advance to ensure that you're eating the correct amount that you need in order to lose weight. Number three is to have a consistent schedule for when you weigh yourself or for when you take your body circumference measurements. The ideal way to do this is to weigh yourself every morning right after you wake up and go to the bathroom and before you drink or eat anything. Then take the weekly average of all of those measurements to get a close estimate of what your true body weight is. The same process can also be used for taking body circumference measurements. Number four is to log your workouts. Take note of what you did during the workout, all of the exercises that you did, the amount of reps, the weight that you lifted, and the time and intensity of your cardio. Make sure you also write down the date of the workout as well so that you can see how many workouts you actually completed for the month. Yes, all of this may seem very, very meticulous, but this will make sure that you have most of your ground covered. This gives you complete visibility over everything that you're doing. This allows you to make corrections and adjustments in order to optimize your results. The more data that you collect, the more power you have to manage your process. I know it's a lot. It's going to take time to get all of this set up. Do the best that you can and gradually improve this over time. Most importantly, embrace healthy eating and exercise as a lifestyle. And no matter what happens, good or bad, the journey will always continue. Learn from everything that you experience, modify your actions, persist with patience and consistency, and one day you will undoubtedly reach and exceed your goals. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Newton Kwong. I'm a certified nutrition coach and personal trainer. I post weekly videos about weight loss, nutrition, and exercise. If you enjoyed this video and got value out of it, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and leaving a comment for the algorithm. It will definitely help me out, and I thank you in advance for doing that. If you need more help with your nutrition, exercise, and health, I have a link for my coaching down in the description below. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.